Alright, it is Monday, May 20th, 2019 at 5:32 p.m. Alright, what'd you guys think of that Game of Thrones yesterday? It was a season finale, and I actually was kind of happy about it. It was a, it wasn't a fantastic ending, but it was a satisfactory ending for me. Alright, I'm not gonna give any spoilers or anything, but here are some headlines. Unexploded shell discovered at British beach, sparking evacuation, officials say. A popular British beach area was evacuated Monday after an unexploded shell was reportedly found just offshore from a lighthouse. The device was discovered at Beachy Head in East Sussex, England. The area is known for the high chalk sea cliff that rises to 531 feet above sea level. The Maritime Coast Guard Agency said on Twitter that Coast Guard officials are asking people to keep a safe distance after the unexploded shell was discovered on Sunday. It wasn't clear how old the shell might be. However, unexploded shells and bombs from World War II are often discovered throughout Britain and surrounding nations. In the meantime, police evacuated the beach and condoned off the scene to keep visitors away, according to the Express. Alright, next. Not just Party City, why helium shortages worry scientists and researchers. Helium is the workhorse of chemistry. Because of a helium shortage, some important experiments are being forced to shut down, one physicist said. This month's announcement from Party City that it is closing more than 40 stores as it grapples with new challenges, including diminishing helium supplies, likely came as an unwelcome news to customers who count on the store for their balloon and event planning needs. But for scientists like Mark Alliser, the announcement was something of a relief, inflating hopes that the public and the government might start paying closer attention. When it comes to helium, we're at a tipping point, said Alliser, who is the Associate Director of Government Affairs at the American Physical Society, a nonprofit association of physicists. Party City has made our job a little bit easier when it comes to getting helium on people's radar. Helium is something we need to address. Alliser said news coverage related to Party City's difficulty in sourcing helium can cast a long overdue spotlight on an element that's often overlooked and underestimated. Yes, helium is known for making you sound like a chipmunk and filling your balloons, but the lighter than air elements has far weightier issues. Helium is used in MRIs, is used in nuclear magnetic resonance, and the semiconductor industry uses a lot of helium. Helium is a workhorse of chemistry. Because of helium shortage, some important experiments are being forced to shut down. The development of some drugs are being impacted. We're losing time in research efforts. Liquid helium is like gold to scientists, according to Sophia Hayes, a professor of chemistry at Washington University in St. Louis and one of the nation's leading helium experts. It is the coldest substance in the world, Hayes said, explaining it plummets to minus 450 degrees Fahrenheit. It's almost as cold as outer space. There is no substitute. There is nothing else that can create those low temperatures. Scientists have been issuing warning for years about the world's shrinking helium supply. This year, the American Physical Society said that addressing the helium crisis is one of its top priorities. So apparently there's a helium shortage and it's affecting scientists and experiments. Let's see what else happens with the helium news. Alright, next. Veteran in California impaled by tripod thrown from highway overpass. The tripod, which police suspect was stolen from a transportation survey crew, went directly through the veteran's lung and broke his ribs, the driver said. A man in Sacramento was arrested for attempted murder for allegedly throwing a stolen tripod from a highway overpass. The object impaled a man identified as military veteran through his lung as he was being transported in a van that passed under the bridge. Tim Page, a volunteer for service organization El Dorado Veteran Resources, said he was driving a veteran he picked up from the Sacramento International Airport on Thursday when a yellow object hit the windshield. It was like a dream, for a lack of better description. It was very scary. The tripod, which police suspect was stolen from a transportation survey crew, went directly through the veteran's lung and broke his ribs. The California Highway Patrol arrested Matthew Adam Thompson, 32, whom they identified as a transient currently living in Sacramento, for allegedly throwing the tripod from the overpass. Police said they are continuing to investigate the incident. That is so sad. Please pray for this veteran. That's just craziness. There's also a lot of people who throw things from overpasses. I've heard of rocks. I've heard of bowling balls. So if you're ever going over an overpass and you see people at the top of it, please be very aware when you're driving, because that's just so dangerous. Alright, next. Researchers warn against homemade sunscreen. Recent years have seen a rise in do-it-yourself care products, from deodorant to soap and toothpaste. Recipes for homemade sunscreen are some of the most popular among social media users. However, a new study warns that homemade sunscreen may offer no protection against ultraviolets. So for people who do it yourself with sunscreen, if it's not protecting against the ultraviolet rays, is it really sunscreen? Because that could cause cancer if it affects you that way. If it gets the ultraviolet rays to go through, then you could possibly get skin cancer from the effects. So please be aware of that. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hit like and subscribe for more, and see you guys next time. God bless.